politically, yeah, we in a field. That's for Israel. Wonder, is it real? Took the way you saw the world, then distorted it. Now you think you want a rocket twirl somewhere orbiting. The theory's disproportionate, the truth distorted quick with a forceful grip. They force a misinfo that we absorbing quick. Took the people's signature to mean extorted it. They forging it. If news anchors informant to informing them there's a surplus, but they tell us there are shortages. Credit economy mortgages, dollar that's supported with empty fortresses. But what's important is this reporting ships important gifts. Of course it is, but extortion is in accordance with an assortment list of foreign tricks we ignoring, which informing this, informant this. It looked like we were snoring tricked. Pedophilia and the government endorsing it. Yeah, eugenics is exactly what abortion is. You just vilify those insubordinate. Way to matrix engineer, that's unfortunate. Geopolitically we in a field. That's for Israel. Wonder, is it real? Rappers actors say they high, say they sip with pills. Glorify suicide so they get the deals. Big pharma set it up just to flip the pills. Control the music industry until the scripts get filled. Geopolitically, yeah, we in a field. That's for Israel. Wonder, is it real?
In a world. Guys, check this out. And we have a stream light set up. There are people everywhere. Hopefully the mic's good. In a world, in a world, in a world. So what's going on, everybody? We are, of course, in front of Niagara Falls, and I didn't think anyone would be here, so we didn't bring like the amp, or like we have it, I think, but I had already set this up. Prom spot, yeah, we're at Niagara Falls, bro. Check it out, bro. It's so funny, bro. People looking at us wild because we're posting up right here. Anyway, the name of the stream is When It All Falls Down. If y'all want to give me an audio check, it might be a little loud.
Sounds good.
Sounds good? Sweet. So, yeah, When It All Falls Down, and not a stupid psychopath Kanye West song. Smelled like sewers last time I was there. It doesn't smell bad. So, anyway, this right here, since the Earth is supposedly a magic spinning cartoon ball in a vacuum, that waterfall is actually tilted backwards, going upside down. Yeah, that waterfall is tilted backwards, going upside down right now, while it spins 1,000 miles per hour in a vacuum. Seems legit. There's, of course, another option. Up is up, down is down, and the water is falling down because water's more dense than air, and it's trying to find its level. Oh, man. What are you, some conspiracy theorists? Audio perfect until lag. Well, hopefully we don't. Robot sounds my fave. Oh, man. Should have like full bars, so I don't know. Hopefully it gets good. You guys let me know. When it all falls down. So I called in on Mellow Dome, my boy Awesome Austin's stream. And we were talking, you know, a lot of people were talking about communities, and he's like, don't you think that we should really be out there in the middle of it trying to wake people up instead of like getting together in a little echo chamber? And I'm like, yeah, we should wake people up like while we can, But we should definitely build communities. We should definitely start to network together, build a community outside of Babylon, outside the system. So when it all falls down, what's going to happen? I don't know. I'm not a prophet, but I did say that they're running logistics, and they're going to say, "Oh man, we're out of toilet paper. Go buy the toilet paper." Dude, you'd be surprised how many people here at one of the most beautiful, one of the 7 wonders of the earth, one of the most beautiful natural areas in the world, and they're still scared of the air. They're still wearing masks. Just wear your mask for 2 weeks, and then we'll get back to normal. Just 2 weeks. 15 months. Just wear them forever. Just wear them forever. We need Q Austin. All right, I'll give you all a little, okay, I'll do baby Q Austin in a second. So anyway, I was like, yeah, they're running logistics, right? They're like, oh, we're out of toilet paper. So everyone goes and buys the toilet paper. Oh, we're out of gas. A pipeline that has manual valves was attacked with a cyber attack, and now we're out of gas. And people just watch the news and believe whatever it says. So they're like, we're out of gas. Oh, we got to go buy all the gas. So everyone went and bought all the gas. And then they actually ran out of gas because gas stations don't have infinite supplies of gas. I know, profound. So basically, they're running logistics. They could tell the American people on Fox News and CNN anything. They could say, we're out of toothpaste. And everyone would go buy toothpaste, bro. It's hilarious. And then I said, what's next is that they'll hit the meat supply. And then all of a sudden, oh, man, the major beef plants of the U.S. has a shortage. I said they're going to hit the water. And then, boom, what happens? Reservoir in California. Now everyone's talking about we have an issue and they can't stay clean. And I actually saw an actual article that says the water in California is so dirty and tastes so bad that they're getting complaints now. But but no worries. Authorities say just put some lemon in it. So they're going to do this like each different level of the infrastructure. They're just running logistics. And still, people are running around scared of the air. People are still scared of the air, bro. Just wear your mask for 2 weeks and we'll get back to normal. Just 2 weeks. That was 15 months ago. America's so free, we have lockdowns like prisons do. There are a lot of people around me if you can't tell. Yay, we're so free, we have lockdowns like prisons do. And if we blindly obey our president, we'll get to celebrate our freedom. So all we have to do to celebrate our freedom on July 4th is obey the government. And conveniently, the government let us out, so we don't have a curfew tonight. We can go look at the falls. How kind of them. No one sees what's going on. No one sees that the government's taken over. Hey, you're in a free country. That's why you have lockdowns. All right, anyway. So, yeah, when it all falls down, you have to have already built a system, an infrastructure for yourself, for your family, for your loved ones around you, that you don't depend on the system. You don't depend on the infrastructure. That means you don't depend on the electrical grid. You don't depend on the water supply. You don't depend on their food supply. Because if you depend on these things, they can rip them out from underneath you. They're just going to rip the rug out. Right now, they're running logistics as to how it would operate. So you're going to start to see one of the major next things that will happen is power outages. Power outages will be the next thing. And so, as the crazy conspiracy theorist Witsit continuously predicts all of this months in advance, when will the normies wake up? Not until CNN has a new headline that says government's taking over. That's the only way that they'll actually listen. So anyway, you need to grow your own food. You need to have your own land. You need to have your own water supply and your own electricity, or at least, sustainability void of needing electricity, right? Because that is what's next. So and I'm not a prophet. It's just like remedial pattern recognition at this point. Oh, we're out of toilet paper. Everyone went and bought a toilet paper. Oh, we're out of gas. Everyone went and bought the gas. Oh, we're out of meat. Everyone went and bought the meat. And they're going to say they're out of water, and then there's going to be random power outages, and they're going to see how people react. And people are failing miserably. Probably 50% of people out here looking at one of the 7 great wonders on the earth are still wearing masks, scared of the air. 15 months later, bro. 15 months. Just comply for 2 weeks, and we'll get back to normal. That was 15 months ago, and people are still doing it. So if CNN told them in the morning, to go that, we're out of meat or we're out of food or we're out of water or whatever they say. They will immediately go buy all of that. We're out of toothpaste. We're out of bras, whatever they say, right? None of them are thinking at all. So, like, what happens when it falls down? We've seen movies. We've been predictably programmed as to what happens, but we know what will happen. You'll go in fight or flight, and these people that are sunken in depravity and they don't know how to grow food, they don't know how to. They have no control of themselves. They will implode. They will immediately turn on one another. We were just in New York City. There's 8 million people there. 8 million people. 8 million people in one city, bro. In one city. And then we drove across the state of New York, and there's nothing but land. There's land everywhere. But they have 8 million people crammed in one city. It takes you 45 minutes to an hour to drive 3 miles in New York City. So what happens when the traffic backs up and say the internet goes down, or say that the electrical grid has an outage? How do they get their food? Where do the food trucks get their orders from? The internet. And they're all dependent upon these handful of grocery stores crammed in with 8 million people. They will immediately go crazy. And most of America is obese. So they're not going to even be able to go a small period of time without food. They don't even know what that is. They don't even know. They can't even fathom. Much less have they actually gotten right with the Creator and like regularly fast. They can't fast. They think that they deserve bonus points for not eating 12 times a day. Like, I only ate 6 times today. So these people will not be able to handle like rationing food, having a little bit that you've already put aside. And this is the real sad part. People are going to call you a conspiracy theorist when you try to warn them of this about to happen until the very moment that it happens. Till the very moment it happens. And then it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that we were right. I told everyone, this is why we're censored. Because the truthers have actually done tons of research, read all the medical journals. We've actually read all of the military documents about how they ran logistics on how to take America over, operate. We've actually read this. Operation Mockingbird, that the CNN declassified, that mainstream news is actually run by the CIA. Declassified. But everyone thinks that's crazy. If you tell them that CNN, MSNBC, NBC, and Fox News are all run by the CIA, they will laugh at you and call you crazy. And the government has come out and admitted that already, right? So the people that have actually done the research, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, they've all agreed to censor us. So we can't warn everyone else. We can't wake them up, which is why we're traveling the U.S. trying to wake them up, right? And I get on the microphone. I try to wake them up. It's no way to get the word out. But they won't believe you till it happens because it sounds crazy. It is crazy. It is crazy that psychopathic people want to take over the world. It is crazy that America still thinks they're free and we have lockdowns like prisons do. Lockdowns, bro. Like the literal words used in prisons. And the whole world shut down on the same day. They printed trillions of dollars and no one thinks anything's going to happen. No one knows the dollar's going to collapse. Did you not go to basic economics? You cannot print $6 trillion and expect nothing to happen. The dollar will collapse. No one's prepared for the dollar collapsing. Most people don't even know about crypto, and the fact that they do, they're just like they go look at Elon Musk tweet to determine their investment. They're not looking at privacy coins, which I suggest tangibility. You get land and food, and so fruits and vegetables. You actually grow your own food. You have a water supply, right? You actually buy land with tons of trees, so you have wood. This is actual wealth, as well as family and children, right? But either way, these people are just going to stack up their little paper Babylon squares. The dollar is dead, bro. The dollar's dead. And then we have people running around arguing about right or left, like, I like Trump. I like Biden. Dude, oh, look, Biden's president. The gas prices are going up. Dude, Kermit the Frog could have been president. The gas prices were going up. They printed trillions of dollars last year. Where were you at? It has nothing to do with who's president. Literally nothing at all to do with that. That's why Trump isn't president right now, because they prop Trump up to be the hero. They got the quote-unquote conservatives on his side or whatever. So he couldn't be in office when the dollar collapses. So he printed the money, bro. They all agreed. Both sides of the aisle agreed to print trillions of dollars. And no one knows how basic economics works. So the whole world shut down. We have lockdowns. We have curfews. They're telling you what attire you have to wear to buy, sell, and trade. They're now rushing out genetic modification. They're now threatening an identifier of this genetic modification. Right? They're literally, we're all in the same year. We're seeing water shortages, food run out, The cloud of major companies go down when they can't connect to the internet or their databases. We're watching all this happen in the same year, and everyone thinks that we're the conspiracy theorists. They think this is a normal year. They think that the government loves them, and they just try to take care of them for the last year, and they don't see that the government's taking over. They don't see it. They don't see it. So you have to let the dead bury the dead. I go out here because some people literally haven't even heard. They've never even heard it all postulated logically like that, because they just watch the news. So what happens when it falls down? These people are ill prepared. They don't know what's going on. They're going to turn to the news to figure out what's going on. They don't know the CIA runs the news. They don't know that. They've never heard of Operation Mockingbird. If you tell them the CIA runs the news, they're going to think you're crazy, right? And it's literally declassified. A CIA representative was asked, are you saying that some of the anchors are agents? And they said, we need to continue this conversation behind closed doors. Operation Mockingbird, over 600 pages of how the CIA has infiltrated the media to control the public narrative to be consistent with the geopolitical agenda at the time, is declassified. It's declassified. And people will think you're crazy because they've never read it. I read it like 7 years ago. 7 years ago, you know? So when it all falls down, what will they do? They will immediately turn their TV on and listen to it. And if the internet goes down, if the TV channels go down, there will be an emergency broadcast system, and they will be like robots. They will walk up to their TV and obey whatever the EBS says, whatever emergency broadcast says, whatever their stupid iPhones get a text message saying to do, they'll do that. They'll do that. We have FEMA camps for you to keep you safe. Come here. They'll go there. They'll go there under their own volition, right? Voluntarily, they'll go there. So what will happen? The only thing that can happen, remedial, sunken in depravity psychopaths will eat one another. They will turn on each other. So you need to have a plan B. And the blunt, hard truth of all of this is we're in the last days. We're in the end. We're in the end. People are too self-absorbed to ever humble themselves and actually consider that maybe they should get right with the Creator. Maybe the scriptures are true. And honestly, they did a great job. They made stupid religions. And then specifically with the scriptures, they have Baptist, Catholic, whatever. A bunch of psychopaths that tell you to come on Sunday to give them money that murder tons of people. And they think it makes them woke to be atheists. They think that makes them woke. So they have no idea what's going on. They don't realize that they're getting scanned on their wrist and scanned on their forehead, being conditioned for the mark of the beast. If you tell them that, they will think you're crazy. They will think you're crazy. That coincidentally, the whole world, there's thousands of year old prophecy that says in the end, they will try to have a new world order. They will make you identify yourself to buy, sell, and trade with a mark, and it'll be on your wrist and forehead. And in 2020, the whole world shut down the same day. They told you to identify yourself with a mask, one letter away from mark to buy, sell, and trade. And then they started scanning your wrist and forehead when you walked in stores, getting you used to it. No one has put any of it together. No one knows anything about it, right? And even though that now has been presented to them, the people that can hear me, they still don't care, because what are you saying? I'm supposed to humble myself and go get right with the Creator? When it all falls down, if you're not right with the Creator, you're done. You're done. And that's the blunt hard truth. That means that goes for you truthers too. But for those people that are at least prepared enough, aware enough to actually have bought land and to grown food and to be somewhat prepared, they will survive much longer. Okay? But what happens is this is a modern day genocide, bro. That's what this is. The numbers will dwindle drastically. I'm not calling a timeline, dude. They look like their timeline is 10 years. By 2030, that's a decently long time, right? But when you really step back and look at what it is that's going to happen, that's a very expedited process. Look how much the world has changed in 1 year. If they came out tomorrow and said, we have to go back to lockdown, we found a new whatever, because I can't even say it, my channel will get struck. I can't even say it. They will immediately know what lockdown is. Everyone knows what lockdown is. They will immediately go be in lockdown. The world will never get back to normal. There's no such thing as normal now. People have accepted lockdowns and curfews and mandatory attire, right? So I'm not a doomer. I'm just being real with you guys. It's going to only progress. You should get right with the Creator, right? Because we're in the end. We're in the end, bro. How do you not see it? So anyway, time is going faster now. It will be fast. Yeah, the day shall be short for the elect's sake, for no flesh would survive. We had the shortest days ever last year. Just a coincidence. But there are people that still think this waterfall is tilted backwards, going upside down while spinning 1,000 miles per hour in a vacuum, and that they may get hit by an asteroid, and that everything came from nothing and nothing matters, and they think they're woke because they're atheists, even though atheism doesn't even exist. They have no moral compass. They have no moral accountability. They have nothing to fight for. Most of these people don't have families. Some of these people are sunken. Look, capital of depravity and sodomy right across the way right there. There's Canada. These people don't have families. The reason they destroyed the family is because if you don't have children, you don't have anything to fight for. You have nothing to fight for. Let's say you have a single male and the government tries to come take his guns. Much less likely he fights to the death than if he has children there to protect. So there's many things. And really, the truth is this is a spiritual battle. This is all a fight on the Creator. And he told you to be fruitful and multiply. Stop having children. We don't have enough land and resources, even though there's literally land everywhere. I just drove through New York, and there's land the whole way. We drove across the whole state. There's nothing but land. In Florida, nothing but land. In Georgia, nothing but land. In South Carolina, nothing but land. North Carolina, nothing but land. In Arkansas, nothing but land. Everywhere, nothing but land. Philadelphia, nothing but land, right? Or more so, Pennsylvania. There's land everywhere. But no, we need to stop having children because there's not enough land and resources. So everything is backwards, and I know you guys know it, but these people around me don't know it. These people are just posting a pic for the gram, bro. I just got to post a pic for the gram in front of this waterfall that I think is tilted backwards going upside down, but I haven't even used the logical ability that I have to even actually apply what I think the Earth is to natural phenomena. I don't have to do that. No, of course it is. Of course it is. Just so big, gravity, whatever. People went to space. The government lies, but NASA wouldn't lie. NASA wouldn't lie. NASA went to the moon in 1969. They just can't go back. NASA would never lie. We can trust them. They brought Nazis over here. That's how we know we can trust them. Michigan's got a lot of land. Dude, everywhere's got lots of land. There's nothing but land everywhere. Dude, think about these psychopaths and what they think they're about to pull off, and very possibly so. They're going to get the cattle to get rid of themselves, and there's land everywhere. There's plenty of land right now. There's going to be land everywhere. They want to have like immense properties, immense amounts of land. The one thing they don't make any more of. So, I don't know. I just think it's crazy, bro. These people don't care about anything, though. Half the people that are here, they're still wearing masks, bro. They're still wearing masks. 15 months later. Just wear them for 2 weeks, we'll get back to normal. That was 15 months ago. And now we have lockdowns. And now we have curfews. And no one even thinks it's weird, bro. No one. I just got to post a pic for the gram, bro. Polo G dropped that heat. That's all that matters, bro. I got a Netflix show. I don't care. I'm just trying to get on the gram and find some baddies, bro. I'm trying to find some baddies, bro. That's it. No one cares about anything. It's wild, bro. I don't want to say they won, but they were very successful. They were very successful. They got everyone brainwashed. Everyone's brainwashed. They don't care about anything. You know, as they hear me, they're just like, what's going on? What's this guy talking about? This guy's crazy. It's the clown world. So when it all falls down, my point is, adequate preparation is very important, as in sustainability. Knowing that the dollar is 100% inevitably going to collapse, that there's literally no other way that anything could happen. The dollar has to collapse. It literally has to collapse. Basic macro and microeconomics necessitates that the dollar collapses. It's just like a foregone conclusion, right? There's no way around it. So the dollar collapses. You need to have tangibility of wealth, but and you need to have sustainability capability, which is just you have to be sustainable, right? So you got to have lands and water. These are simple things, but this is not all there is. This is just the beginning. Whenever these psychopaths over here across the way, these psychopaths right over there in Canada, when they all kill themselves, right? Like, yeah, you'll survive that area. You'll survive that era, that time period, you'll survive it. If you didn't get right with the Creator, but you have a little bit of land, you'll survive the initial stages where the people implode on themselves and 8 million people stacked up in New York City. But if you're not right with the Creator, you will not survive after that. You will not. And many of the people that are right with the Creator won't either, right? So people are like, aren't you scared, Austin? Why aren't you going around the United States? This is a crazy time to go around the United States. No, I'm not scared. I'm not scared. The Creator told me to go around the United States. I'm not scared because I know that my survival in that time period is dependent upon Him anyway. Now, I do think that we need to network with fellow believers, like-minded truthers, right? Because they will be handed over to their great delusion, for they had no love of the truth. There are many people that have a love for the truth, They just haven't gotten to the scriptures yet. They have whatever reasons that they have that's holding them back, or whatever like logical block they have that they can't fully understand, right? But we need to network with those people and be sustainable and defend each other and protect and provide for women. I agree with that, but that is not all of it. That's not all of it. I'm just gonna let you know that's not all of it. This isn't like they're not just rolling dice. Like I wonder what we should do next. This is a meticulous plan, and it's actually created to be the opposite of what the scriptures say to do. So you can think the scriptures are fake. The people that have trillions of dollars don't think that. The people that are pulling all the strings that shut the whole world down on the same day, that gave you lockdowns and curfews to protect you, like they put fluoride in your water to make sure you have pretty teeth, right? Even though they used to give it to people to make them docile in concentration camps, the government gave it to make sure you have healthy teeth. The government faked Vietnam War for you. They said Vietnam attacked us. They attacked themselves. It's declassified. Gulf of Tonkin. We admitted that we attacked ourselves and lied to the American public and said that but they did that to protect you. We had to attack Vietnam, so they had to lie to you to protect you. They told you that a passport popped out of an explosion, floated down. An FBI agent found it on 9/11 the same day. The military set up a different little plan, a mock plan where planes get hijacked and might hit the World Trade Center. So when they saw them on the radar off of the route, they didn't know that it wasn't part of the drill. Right. And then we have weapons of mass destruction, which we provably didn't actually have any weapons of mass destruction over in the Middle East. And they've admitted that it wasn't there. But they went and fought a 20-year war. And 13 years or more after they admitted they didn't have weapons of mass destruction, they stayed there. Right. That same group of people are the people that had shut the whole world down just to protect you. It's insane. It's insanity. People are actually insane. Right. So what do you do? Sorry, people are walking by. So I know you guys know most of this. I guess really my main point here is that when it all falls down, you're going to need sustainability, but you're much more going to need the strength that comes from the Father, right? You have to understand that while you're playing these people, they're just like meat suits. They're little physical vessels like meat suits being pulled around like puppets by the spiritual realm. That's it. That's all it is. These people aren't even like that mastermind genius level of people that people give them credit to being. Now they're certainly smarter than the average public now. They don't need genetically modified organisms. They know that that's just falling down. That's not actually tilted backwards going upside down on a ball that spins around in a vacuum. That's what they know, right? They know the true nature of the earth. They know not to drink fluoride. They know not to get genetically modified. But they have no wisdom. They have no discernment. They have no foresight. The spiritual realm is just pulling these guys around like puppets. They will be disposed of as well. They messed up with Building 7. If I went around here and asked everyone if they've heard of Building 7, half of the people here in 2021 don't even know what Building 7 is, bro. Like, let's be real. Fluoride and water supply at work camps, yeah. It makes you docile, man. I have literally no one. Well, you have the Father. And like I intend on networking personally and like being selective but getting a group of people where we're self-sustainable and I'm letting the Father show me the location. I'm not picking the location with my flesh or based on where certain people are or what I would like or anything like that. I'm letting him 100% do it, as in provide the ability to get it and provide the information as to where to get it. And I know it's going to happen, and when it happens, you guys will say it's just a coincidence. It's just a coincidence. Austin came across millions of dollars to buy hundreds of acres, whatever. But he'll show me where it's at, and yeah, I intend on doing that. And of course, it will be the scriptures will be priority because that will be what protects us. Just from a tactical position, that's what you have to do if you know what time we're in, which is the season of the end. It's just what it is. I'm not trying to scare people. Like, how am I trying to? A lot of people say like I'm just fear mongering. I'm trying to scare them. Like, bro, I'm traveling the United States right now. I sold all my possessions to travel the United States. I'm not telling, my actions and my suggestions are telling no one to be scared. I'm telling you to just be mentally, spiritually, and physically prepared, because preparation is a right beside. It's like the sister of wisdom. Just let me know when you're going to start networking. All right, bro. I have no idea. All right, I'll give y'all some baby Q. If y'all got any questions, any anti-Trump questions, I'll baby Q you. You guys don't really know what's happening, but Trump is here to save us. And even though he got bailed out by the Rothschilds for $4.8 billion, he's a psychopath on a 66th floor, has Apollo worship all over it. He actually loves you. He's fighting the government, and he hates Hillary Clinton, even though she was on the second row of his wedding. Okay? And you guys just don't know it. He's a patriot, and he's actually coming back in like August or maybe 2024. And you just wait. He'll be on the independent ticket. He's going to do away with modern politics and all the division. He's going to unify us. He's going to get rid of our debt. You know what I'm saying? He's going to use magic spells to do it, too. That's why I put MAGA, the top level of satanic priesthood, on his hat. I can't really do baby Q right. Like, the only way I can do baby Q is with someone else, you know, like with someone else, like asking questions, because I can't, like, with a clear conscience with these people around me, say the nonsense that baby Q Austin says. Because I also got Baller Austin, bro. You guys aren't ready for Baller Austin, bro. You know, like baby Q Austin makes some truth through spiral. Like, wait till Baller Austin comes out. You didn't know the Earth was a magic spinning cartoon ball that defies physics in a vacuum? It has to be. The Earth has to be a ball. We have pictures of Earth from space, except they're not real pictures and they're cartoons. Well, we don't have real pictures because NASA admits they're just cartoons. But that doesn't matter. Like, they went to space in 1969. They just can't go back because they destroyed the technology, and it's a painful process to build it back under their own admission. And when they brought the moon rocks back and gave it to Holland, they tested it, and there was actually petrified wood. But they can't go back. You know, technology regresses. We can't imitate the technology we had in 1969. That's why we give them $60 million a day, so that they can't build rockets and do what they did in 1969. Because, you know, the government would never lie. And even when the government does lie, NASA's the one exception. You know, NASA, the ones that brought Nazis over here in Operation Paperclip, declassified. We can trust them because they admit it's cartoons and they destroy the technology, and they gave Holland fake moon rocks that were actually petrified wood, and they brought Nazis over here. That's how we know we can trust them. And Werner von Braun, on his tombstone, Psalms 19:1, he said you can't go to space effectively by actually quoting Psalms 19:1 that says the firmament shows the handiwork of the Creator, and the firmament, of course, in the scriptures is an impenetrable, strong as bronze container over top of the earth. So why the guy that took us to space say you can't go to space on his deathbed and then write a science fiction book in the 50s where the main character's name is Elon and he takes us to Mars? So, yeah, you can trust him because he was a Nazi and he prophesized Elon Musk. Duh. The government would never lie. Drop another track soon, Austin. Yeah, I got you. You guys are crazy. You don't think the Earth's a spinning ball in a vacuum, dude? If you don't understand that waterfall is actually tilted backwards going upside down, then you're a conspiracy theorist. Duh. That is tilted backwards going upside down in a vacuum while we spin 1,000 miles an hour. It's just science, bro. It's science. The Earth's a magic spinning cartoon ball that defies physics, bro, because the government would never lie. And yeah, the horizon's always horizontal, and that water's falling down because it's more dense than the air and finding its level, called fluid statics, and water always finds its level, and 70% of the Earth is water. But, well, that 70% of the ball is flat, but it's still a ball. Or no, it's level means curved, or gravity. Even though water always finds its level, just gravity, where helium balloons go up and defy it, and electrostatics is 10 to the 39th power stronger than it. But no, the Earth has to be a magic spinning ball in a vacuum because they showed me cartoons on my default wallpaper of my iPhone first generation. Even though when I went to their website, they admitted that it was just cartoons and they weren't even real pictures. So that's no big deal. You guys think the Earth isn't a spinning ball? What are you? You're some conspiracy theorists. You must think the government's trying to take over when they put us in lockdowns this year, too. You guys are conspiracy theorists. The government loves us. They would never lie to us. I can't do the Baller Austin very long, bro. I feel stupid. I'm losing IQ points, bro. Yeah, and yeah, of course, you can't actually have pressure sitting adjacent to a near-perfect vacuum of 10 to the negative 17 torque because the second law of thermodynamics, but don't worry about it. I'll just invoke my God, my deity, gravity again. I don't understand it, and the traditional population can't even define it, and there's no evidence for it, and it's just a theory, and the person that came up with it said you could never prove it, and when we applied it to the universe, it's off by 95%, but it has to be there because the Earth has to be a ball, and, well, if the Earth's a ball, then gravity has to exist so you don't fall off of it, and, well, we know the Earth's a ball because NASA went to the moon in 1969. Duh. What's the other option, you ask? Oh, I guess we can be intellectually honest. We'll entertain the other option. Okay, so if the Earth's not a magic spinning cartoon ball in a vacuum, then what would it be? Well, when we look at the sky and we do time-lapse of the star trails, we have concentric circles that reset for all recorded history around Polaris, the North Pole star. So the two options are either the stars are moving in the sky or they're actually sitting still and the Earth is spinning and it just looks like that. And you can't feel the Earth spinning, but it's spinning. The other option would be that it's not spinning, and that's why you don't feel it. But that would make you a conspiracy theorist. So it's actually spinning 1,000 miles per hour, and you just can't feel it because it's so big. And the horizon is always horizontal, which is where the word horizon came from, horizontal. But it's just so big that it looks flat everywhere, and it doesn't feel like it's moving. And the sky looks like it's moving, but the sky is actually sitting still, and you're moving, but just can't feel it. Duh. When you see the sun set, it's not actually moving throughout the day in the sky and then getting too far away and setting. It's actually sitting still, and you're falling backwards 1,000 miles per hour, and it just looks like that. The sun's actually sitting still. And it may look like the sun's the same size as the moon, and well, that's the one option. The sun and the moon are the same size, and they look like the exact same size. But we know that NASA would never lie, and they told us that the sun is 400 times bigger than the moon, and that it's just coincidentally exactly 400 times further away also, that we have this cosmic random chance of optics that it looks like they're the same size. Duh. You know the funniest part, bro, is no one knows anything about this. Like when I've offered the $100 cash to everyone, no one ever wins it. No one can answer the 3 basic questions about the globe Earth, but they will leave hearing me explain all of it and think I'm crazy. They'll know nothing about it, but they'll think I'm crazy. It's insane. It's like when you tell someone that the CIA and the Fox News are both run by the CIA, like the CIA runs CNN and Fox News, they'll say you're crazy. But the CIA said they did that, bro. That's what the CIA said they did. I didn't say it. That's what the CIA said, bro. They said they took over the mainstream media. They even admitted it in Congress. So people will say you're crazy because they've never read Operation Mockingbird, and the CIA admitted it, bro. Are you saying that news anchors are actually CIA agents? Oh, we'll need to continue this conversation behind closed doors. That's not sketchy. 600 pages of declassified documents, Operation Mockingbird, going back 5 decades, admitting the CIA took over the mainstream media, and people wake up every morning and watch CNN to get all of their news. And now they're still scared of the air. They think America's still free and we have lockdowns like prisons do. America's so free we have lockdowns just like prisons do now, and curfews like we're 12. Yay! I can't wait to celebrate our freedom on July 4th as long as the government lets us. It's insane, bro. It's insane. But who cares, man? Who cares? I just got to watch my Netflix series. I got a 9 to 5, bro. How's this changed my life, bro? I got to work. How's it changed my life that everything I was told from the government's a lie and they're trying to take over? Who cares? Who cares about the future generations of children that haven't breathed oxygen freely in over 15 months and they've lived life in fear, and you've lied to them about everything, and you're going to pass them insurmountable debt where the dollar will collapse and they'll literally no longer have freedom? Who cares about the children? I got to watch my Netflix series. How does this change my life? I have a 9 to 5 job. It's like the selfishness of people, but you have to actually have empathy with them though, because it comes from like uncomfortability. People don't know this, so they project their intellectual insecurity on you or their ignorance onto you. Because it's easier to be a part of the in crowd. It's like the same people that would have been cool with slavery back in the day because most people had slaves. It's the same group of people, right? It doesn't matter what majority says, they'll agree with it because it's the easy way out. It's the easy way out. So just keep complying. We'll just have to wear our mask for 2 weeks. 15 months. Never mind forever. And we'll just keep complying, and that's how we'll get our freedom back. And if you try to stand up for our freedom, I'll attack you. Seems legit. But you can't cut the tuck. He's fighting for America. I don't know if there's sarcasm in that. I think he's maybe slowly waking up. Is like a potential. I don't believe anybody on mainstream media, man. The CIA admitted that they admitted that they control the media, bro. Why would I pick and choose of the CIA agents? That would be actual lunacy. Which one of the agents is your favorite? Which one of your CIA agents is the best? Where do you get your news from? CIA 1 or 2? I don't know. But the CIA is very trustworthy. That's why, they were the biggest drug traffickers in the world. That's how we know that we can trust them. Duh. So the only way that we'll get our freedom back is if we blindly obey all the totalitarian government orders. What, the mic's not working?
No, hard.
Oh, I don't know if I have any. Do you have any? In a world. So so the name of the stream is When It All Falls Down. And now, I think most people know, but what you have to do is you have to look into getting land, getting to be self-sustainable, having food, right? Like networking with people and not being dependent upon the system. They have us where they can rip the rug out from underneath us. We just left New York City, 8 million people stacked on top of each other, right? So everyone's dependent on the electrical grid and their water system and their food system and the supermarket. You need to grow your own food. That's what you need to do. And so it maybe isn't as luxurious or as appealing as modern day live in the city and sunken depravity where there's trash and piss and homeless people everywhere. But, you could just go have a happy life outside the system, because when it all falls down, the psychopaths that don't know anything about growing food, that can't support themselves, they will all turn on each other. And the last place you want to be is like, I don't know, over there maybe. Over there, where they just passed a law that they can the government controls what you're allowed to say on the internet. Seems legit. You can trust the Canadian government because they're controlling what you're allowed to say on the internet now. It's official. And if you do live over there, you need to just come on over here, bro. And if you live over here in a big city, you need to get to land, which is everywhere. And you also, this is there are hard red pills that I have to say too. You have to be ready to quit your job. If you have a Babylonian job, you have to have a backup source of income. You have to be able to sustain yourself without Babylon, without the city, without the modern beast system, right? So if you go do your 9-to-5 cubicle job in the city, you're going to have an outlet. Also, of course, privacy coins of crypto will skyrocket once the dollar collapses, but not all cryptocurrencies will. And that's why they have the mainstream puppets telling you to invest them in certain ones, right? But of course, that will be the new world monetary system, will be a digital currency that they'll come in and replace the dollar that will inevitably collapse, because it's just basic economics. They printed trillions of dollars the last year. It has to level out. It has to find equilibrium. It will collapse. It's called a bubble, bro. It's a bubble. It's basic economics. The bubble will collapse. The bubble will pop, okay? We're in the biggest bubble in history, in modern history, American history. And people literally argue on my Facebook, or my IG, they're like, oh man, gas prices are up because of Biden. No, gas prices are up because you printed trillions of dollars last year, bro. It doesn't matter if Kermit the Frog is president, bro. It has to happen. So I loved when gas was cheaper under Trump. Trump's the reason it's high, bro. He printed the money, bro. They're both psychos. They both work together. If you keep arguing over that, you keep watching news, CNN or Fox, or arguing about politics, you will be distracted until it implodes. So it's going down. And they're running logistics. So we had the gas, and they're going to hit you with the food. So, we're running out of gas. We weren't running out of gas, dude, right? They just said that, and everyone went and bought the gas. They wanted to see how brainwashed the slaves were by listening to the news and going and buying all the gas. So then everyone went and bought the gas. Of course, the gas stations run out of gas. You bought all the gas, you psychos. They don't have an infinite supply of gas. So you went and bought it, and then it ran out. They told you that toilet paper's running out. You went and bought it, then it ran out. They told you that beef's running out. You went and bought it, then it ran out. They're going to tell you that with water. They're going to tell you that with the rest of the food. And then you're going to have electrical grid systems start to go down sporadically. And these are all just military logistics. They're just seeing how dependent you are on the infrastructure, on the system right now, and seeing how you will respond. And we have failed miserably as a people every step of the way. They said, a manual pipe valve was hit with a cyber attack, and that's why we're out of oil. A manual pipe valve, bro, was hit with a cyber attack. So we're out of oil. So everyone went and bought the gas. So if they told you that we're running out of toothpaste, everyone would go buy toothpaste, bro. Literally, everyone would go buy the toothpaste. So they're just seeing how successful their propaganda has been. And well, it's very successful. No one even knows that the media is run by the government. No one even knows that. So when I go tell people that Operation Mockingbird says the CIA runs the media, they think I'm crazy. So of course their propaganda campaign was successful. They still think the news is real. They still think they're helping them out. They still think the government shut. They're trying to help you. The same people that started the Vietnam War with the false flag attack and then came out and admitted it. The same one that brought Nazis over here and then took us to the moon. The same ones that lied about 9/11. The same ones that put fluoride in your water. The same one that can't give Flint, Michigan clean water. The same ones that give cutbacks to major corporations, but they don't help out the people at all. Those same people are the ones that, they put all their evil corruption aside and they were like, we need to shut the world down so we can save the people. That they're just trying to help us. The government's just trying to help us. For 2 weeks, 15 months, forever. So, if you don't see what's going on, I don't even know what to do for you. Stop. Are you do you eat fluoride for breakfast? Stop, bro. Stop watching the news. Stop watching brainwashed nonsense on social media. But most people don't even keep up with supposed news, right? They just watch TikTok. Just watch TikTok all day. 15-second clips. They basically propagandize the public into like a bunch of goldfish. There's a bunch of goldfish walking around, scared of the air. People are still scared of the air. I don't even know what to do anymore. So when it all falls down, I don't know. It's kind of in the process of it. And it's the Hegelian dialectic. So you create a problem, reaction, solution. So the problem will be shortages and threat of other, enemies, whatever. And then they'll guide your reaction. And it's very easy to guide your reaction. It's predictable, right? Like most people will freak out and they'll start killing each other and turning on each other and just acting like psychopaths and setting stuff on fire. There's no telling, right? If there's a food shortage or if the power goes out for like a week. If the power goes out for 1 week, people will lose their minds, right? And they'll guide your reaction, let you act like psychopaths, destroy everything, and then they have the solution the whole time. They have the solution before they made the problem. And they're going to come in with the new infrastructure. We're going to get the new monetary system out. We got a new digital currency with no debt. Oh, we got a new way to feed you guys. Come get in the food lines. Oh, man, the air is going to kill you twice as much this year. It has nothing to do with like the experimental nonsense everyone's taking. No. Just the air got twice as dangerous this year. So we need you to come to these FEMA camps. We'll take care of you. You'll be safe here. We'll make sure that nothing bad happens to you. And people will go. People will go. People will literally go and line up in food lines, bro. And be like, save me, daddy government, save me. And that's a Hegelian dialectic. They'll be like, oh, the currency's so messed up. Here's your new digital currency. Oh, censorship on the internet's so messed up. Well, here's the new military-controlled internet. And they need a hero central figure to do this, and I still think it's Donald Trump. I still think Donald Trump comes back. So Donald Trump comes back, and he's the guy that saves the day, and he will be the biggest enemy of all of them. All right, there you go. There's my rant. I'm a proponent of the Big King Theory. I don't know what that means, but the Big Bang Theory is the dumbest postulation in the history of mankind. Well, next to the fact the Earth's a spinning cartoon ball in a vacuum that defies physics, and you came from apes after lightning struck primordial soup, and rocks turned into fish that grew feet, that turned into rodents, that turned into apes, turned into humans. But there's no intermediate species or evidence, and we can't actually date any of this. But just believe me, it's real, I promise. I'd say Big Bang's top 3 stupidest things ever. It was proposed by a Catholic priest, bro. People think they're atheists because they believe in the Big Bang. It was proposed by a Catholic priest, bro. You can't even make it up. All hell Trump. Yeah, all hell Trump. I can't do the baby Q right now, man. It's too much. I can't pretend to like Trump right now. Don't forget time dilation and length contraction. Those are pretty crazy. Yeah, that's pretty technical. But we know the Earth is a spinning ball in a vacuum because you see this, one of the great 7 wonders of the world. You see all that water's falling down. It's actually tilted backwards going upside down. You just can't tell. This is because of gravity, where space and time bend and warp, causing a gravity well due to the displacement of mass. Yeah, space and time, they bend and warp. Like, you know how you can bend freedom and you can bend love? Well, you can bend concepts like space and time because that's what gravity is. Duh. And so since these concepts that aren't real because they're concepts, they bend, that's how that waterfall is going upside down and you just can't tell, right? And then time dilates, like when your pupils do, right? So when your pupils get bigger, they dilate. That's what time does. Even though it's just a concept and it's how we count passing based on the cycle of the sky. And if we had to call it a minute, 90 seconds, it would change because it's just a human construct. It's just a concept. Your cells degradate, we have passing, and then we count it based on the cycle of the sky. But time, all of a sudden, is physical, and it physically gets bigger. That's gravity. How profound. You can just attribute physical properties to concepts, to conceptual abstractions, to explain how the Earth can be a spinning ball in a vacuum. Because if it isn't there, then it couldn't be. And we know it is, because NASA went to the moon in 1969 and just can't go back for 50 years. The Big Bang Theory is dumb. Duh. You asked about contraction too. Well, we actually debunked the heliocentric model with Michelson and Morley when they shot perpendicular light rays and expected a certain phase shift, right? But we did not get that with the Earth spinning 1,000 miles per hour going around the sun 66,600 miles per hour. But don't worry, the reason that we didn't get the supposed shift we were supposed to get is because there was no etheric background, because we could never keep that. We'd have to do away with the heliocentric model and the presupposed motions. And what we'll do is we'll take the Lorentz transformations, the Lorentz contraction, apply it to the apparatus and say, even though the apparatus is solid and still and not moving, you just couldn't tell it was actually contracting. Gravity. It's crazy, bro. When you look back on it, it's the dumbest thing ever. And Einstein, that comes from a euphemism meaning one stone, because he was so dumb. Like, people used to say like one stone to people that were dumb, you know, and their stones just rolled around their head. and he married his first cousin, and then wrote about how he wanted to have sex with her daughter, and forgot to wear clothes, and when he did, he put the wrong gender's clothes on. Oh, never mind, there's 57 genders. I forgot, we're right across from Canada. Never mind. Okay? He was an actual psychopath. He was literally insane, and he was propped up, and people have posters of him. Some people get tattoos of him. Everyone's heard of E equals MC squared. They don't know what it means, though, right? It's the stupidest thing ever. He attributed a constant speed to light. This light doesn't have a speed, bro. Light doesn't have a speed. That's dumb. That's so stupid. How do you use light to measure light? What? How does light propagate into nothing? How are you going to be a wave and a particle at the same time? Everything that people think make them smart are dumb. And the elite are sitting back and they're laughing, bro. And they're laughing. And all this stuff mattered for a long time, but when it really gets real, none of this will really matter. You know, I actually think they absorbed the flat earth, in my opinion. I think that when it all goes down, they come in with a solution, they absorb the flat earth. It did what it needed to do. It made you atheist. It made you nihilistic. It made you empty. So when they come out with a spiritual trick, you can be filled up. They're going to tell you there's a metaphysical realm and that there's astral projection, that you can telepathically communicate, and that you can take this little marker and you won't age anymore. And hey, I want all you guys to look yourself in the mirror, and you have to be honest with yourself. If they tell you can live for 300 years without aging, could you turn it down? If they told you that, and you actually saw people stop aging, if they offered you the legitimate ability to no longer age or get sick, could you turn it down? Because if you can't turn it down, bro, it's getting real. It's getting real out here, bro. Hammer time. Blacksmiths love hammer time. I don't know, but don't let your kids watch Disney. Don't let your kids watch Disney. Just show them the logo and how it's actually representative of the firmament in the Tower of Babel going through it. Because the people that made Disney are psychopathic pedophiles, and they know what the earth is. Wait, are you saying the earth's not a spinning ball? No, the earth is flat. It doesn't move. That's why every time you see the oceans, they're flat. And 70% of the earth is covered in water oceans because it's moving. And the sky moves over top of you. That's why you see it moving. Because that's what all empirical evidence shows you. And we measure the surface of the earth and it isn't curving anywhere. And you're breathing oxygen and it can't sit next to a vacuum. It's contained. The Creator loves you. The earth's the center of everything. The scriptures are actually true, even though religion sucks. And he told you what it is. There's a firmament. It's on pillars. It's immovable and fixed. It takes shape like clay under a sill. It's a circle. Not the Hebrew word for ball that Isaiah used in chapter 20, though, but in 40:22, where he tells you that it's a circle. It takes shape like clay under a sill. With or without the scriptures, you can prove it. It actually brings viability to the scriptures, which is objectively a flat earth book. So if the earth isn't moving, it's the center of everything. That means it was created. You should get right with the Creator, probably. That means you have a spirit. And so that probably means you don't just die and cease to exist unless you don't get right with the Father. That's actually what it says. You cease to exist. People say, oh, you're going to go burn in hell forever. That's not what it says. That's not what it says at all. It says there's an eternal fire. The fire is eternal. You get thrown in it, and then you cease to exist, like if you put paper in fire. So either you cease to exist or you exist forever with your metaphysical capabilities. So they lied about the earth, but it's not a big deal. To think the earth's a ball, you would have to believe the government, bro. You would have to think that the government didn't lie to you in 1969, bro. In 1969. That's the proof we have the earth's a ball. They went and saw a picture of it in 1969, but they can't go back. And then they admit that what we have now are just cartoons. Grown adults all around the world believe in cartoons. It's insane. To be fair, they don't tell you that they're cartoons. They just show you the picture, and you're like, look at the beautiful picture of the earth from space. You know, they don't tell you that it's a cartoon until you go to their website and read it, and they explain to you that it's just an artist rendition. It's CGI. They don't say it on the news, which most people still watch. Like, most people still watch the news. It's crazy, bro. Wear a mask. Don't wear a mask. Wear 2 masks. Never mind. Wear 3 masks. Never mind. Just keep them on forever. Wear hazmat suits and crawl on all 4 and bark like a dog. The only way that you'll be safe and the air won't kill you is if you put shackles on your feet. That's the only way. That's the only way. And the air won't get you at nighttime. That's why you have a curfew. The air isn't bad for you at nighttime. Or it can't come out. So that's why. Or it only gets you thin, and that's why you have to stay in. I don't even know. Like, how can people even logically attempt to justify what's going on? All hell Biden. All hell Biden, though. Because he said that we can celebrate our freedom on July 4th as long as we obey the government. What a bunch of psychos. Austin, what's your view on cremation? I don't know. Never really done. I don't know. The physical vessel is nothing. I wouldn't ask to be cremated, but I'm not saying I think there's something wrong with it necessarily. I don't know. I have to look into that deeper. I know it's much deeper than the physical vessel anyway. Well, to be honest, I really like Phineas and Ferb. I used to watch Phineas and Ferb with my little sister. It's pretty funny. And I know a bunch of you guys know a bunch of this basic stuff, but like occasionally there are people around me, so I have to break the basics down. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, if you got anything you want to talk about, holla at your boy. We're at 48%. We're not doing too bad. This is pretty cool though. Guys, can you just feel the depravity coming off of that other side? Oh man. Look, you could just feel the depravity, I bet. I can. Oh man. What is that place? Sorry, I'm trying to get the camera right. Yo, and check this out. Check out what we did. We literally set up the stand here, bro. We just posted up. There were tons of people. We had to squeeze our way in here. Ladle gravy. I think Donald Trump's coming back as potentially the Antichrist, and it's going to get really bad until he comes back. Pretty simple. Pretty simple. I can't ladle all the gravy. We all know that. I'll get kicked off. I'm organic, homie. I think we're going to come out with some new merch that says 100% organic, certified, non-GMO. So I'll let you guys know. Can we talk about the climate change lockdowns? I haven't even heard of that. What is that? Jeez Louise. Trump or his son-in-law? Trump. I guess it could be his son-in-law. I don't know, but Trump. For me right now, Trump is first place. Because his son-in-law doesn't fulfill the prophecies like Trump does. Jared Kushner doesn't mean little horn. Is Jared Kushner even Assyrian? Because Trump's Assyrian. Was Jared Kushner printed on the Zionist coins? You know, like, does he have a 66th floor with Apollo worship everywhere? Did, like, all the modern church worship Jared Kushner? Of course not. I hear that this morning they want to stop us eating meat. Yeah, I know, dude. And dude, seriously, if you're gonna get triggered about this, I'm giving you a fair warning right now. If you get triggered about this, I'm not in the mood. If you're one of those that get triggered about it, don't say anything. No one cares. Don't get in my comment section. You get in my comment section acting like a little baby, you're gonna get banned for life. No one cares. I have no issue with you, but just grow up. Whenever I first came across people trying to tell me about veganism, my initial reaction was, I think there's probably some truth to it that we're a little too meat-centric and the meat we eat's really bad and tortured and not good for us. But Netflix just propped up the idea of veganism on like the top of their pages, like the very top, right? Celebrities are pushing it all over the place, and now governments are pushing it. And you know, major people, Bill Gates is pushing it. So like, why? Because they have a plan to give you fake meat. They're going to mass produce genetically modified synthetic fake meat. That's why. And a bunch of you guys will eat it. You guys need to chill, bro. That's my take. I love meat. I don't just eat a ton of meat all the time. I try to have a balanced diet. I try to eat healthy. You know, so when you go to a restaurant, it's kind of hard to really know. But, you know, the big thing, in my opinion, is drinking water and exercising. Like, Chris and I are, like, super physically active. We walk around all the time. We walk, like, miles and miles and miles all the time. We do push-ups every day. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Be physically active. Get right with the Father, probably. Do what's right. Drink water. Oh man, it's so complicated. I don't want to. I just want to whack off to runaways and eat my veggies. Like a lot of the people, you know what I'm saying, they haven't cut out some major things that are going to keep them from being healthy, and then they just go around like lecturing to people about the fact that eat vegetables. Dude, the vegetables are still alive, bro. I'm just saying, though. The vegetables are alive when you eat them. Which one's worse? I don't know. You seem to have a little bit of a logical inconsistency there. I never tried veganism out for like morality ever, never. It's logically inconsistent. We're in a fallen state. Death is the result. The priests feasted, dude. The priests were eating meat all the time. I don't want to get too much into it though, because I know you guys get trouble. If you want to eat veganism, that's cool. If you want to be vegan, that's cool. It's cool. I will actually say I admire the discipline aspect of it because I lived it firsthand for 2 months. It requires a lot of discipline, you know, but just like hard to even get the food. It's hard to even find the food, right? But outside of that, if you think it gives you some moral high ground or whatever, if you identify with your diet, to me, you're super lame. I'm just being real. If your identity is your diet, you're super lame. And anyone that's coming to pretend they have a moral high ground, but they make fun of Yeshua, or they're not right with the Creator or with the Scriptures, they make fun of the Scriptures, I can't take you seriously. I can't take your claim of moral superiority seriously. I can't. Veganism is part of the New World Order agenda. That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying, bro. I called it instantly, dude. I called it instantly, like a long time ago. So, and don't get me wrong, what they do to animals is terrible. The way that they treat them, they shouldn't be allowed to do that. And we should be much more in touch with how, like, a sacrifice required to get our food. I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. And we're way too meat-centric. And we should not be eating pork at all, ever. Dude, like, pigs don't sweat. They can't even get the toxins out, dude. They just stay there. They can't even sweat them out. Oh, what a shocker. The Scriptures are right again. What a shocker. And that alone is hard. You got to go eat breakfast somewhere. Good luck, dude. Just sausage or bacon. Pork everywhere. Pork is everywhere. It's like a pork-centric society and culture, and we have a meat-centric culture in lots of ways. Or like lobster and crab are considered delicacies, and shrimp is considered a delicacy. And I used to love all three of them. But now, like, I see shrimp, I think it's disgusting. It's like little cockroaches. Like a lobster's like the cockroach of the sea. Like shrimp are like sea insects. They are, bro. They're like eating sea insects. Why would you not eat the fish? It's wild. But anyway, that's all I'm going to do on that. And I'm not hating on anyone, like I said, but like, stay away from my content with the you have moral superiority because you're a vegan. That's dumb. No, you don't. And whenever you're living out in the wilderness, you may come across a time you need to eat some fish, man. That's all I'm saying. They're sea insects, bro. They're straight up sea insects, bro. I really hate that I even talked about that because I just know people get triggered. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't right for me either. If it's right for you, then do it, man. I got bumps all over my body, bro. Priests are eating a portion of the offerings. Yeah, dude. But I mean, Yeshua literally gave people fish, so come on, man. We can move away from this subject. I don't really talk about it. Still water, yes. Yeah, you want to drink clean water for sure. Fish is super good for you. Yeah, of course it is. Because the Scriptures say you can eat it. I'm just saying they're right about everything, bro. The Scriptures are right about everything. Not men, not what men say about the Scriptures, not religion, none of that. The Scriptures. The Scriptures are right about everything. They're anthropologically supported, historically supported, the most historically accurate compilation that exists, right? They're prophetically supported. Can you name anything else that compares? Even from an intellectual perspective, much less you actually humble yourself and you apply it to your life and you get right with the Creator and you fast and you pray for revelation and discernment and wisdom. And you start to apply the different things that you're convicted about. You apply discipline to that, to those convictions. You start to apply the Torah to your life, the instructions to your life, and watch how your prosperity and your happiness increases like tenfold. Right? No big deal. No big deal. Because it's more fun for me to speculate about it. I get it. Whatever, bro. For they are turned over to their delusion, for they do not have, in the end, they are turned over to their great delusion, for they do not have the love for the truth. A lot of truthers that aren't right with the Scriptures yet, they do have a love for the truth. And so I am in no way writing them off. I would write off a bunch of modern Christians before I'd write off some truthers that know there's a creator but haven't got to the reality of the scriptures yet because they have a love of the truth. That's why I'm a believer, bro. That's why I'm a believer. It's the most attacked thing in the world. The digger you deep in every single aspect of it, the more you find out how real it is, how accurate it is, and how messed with it is. How much it changes your life. Every time. Every time, bro. Every time. I don't just go around telling everyone for no reason, bro. I don't just sell all my stuff for no reason. I didn't do a complete 180 and not hook up with any females for 3 years for no reason. So, anyway. Scriptures are the truth. Absolutely. Indeed they are. And think about how valuable they are right now. And a lot of people that haven't quite gotten there, they look to the scriptures all the time. They're like, what do the scriptures say about this? The scriptures do say this. Whenever they need some pointers or discernment or wisdom for something or a clue as to what's going on, they instinctively know to go look at the scriptures. It's interesting. What would be the truest book or form of the true word of Yah to read? Well, like in English, I prefer the scriptures version. But I mean, it has mistakes. There's no perfect version. We're trying to get back to the Hebrew. Get back to the Hebrew and learn the etymology and then apply the context and then use scripture to interpret scripture is the best way. Why does the scripture tell Yeshua's story in such an astrotheologically conspicuous way? I get so wordy, bro. And why does the arc of his story feature so many uncannily similar events to older resurrection avatars? It doesn't. The fact that you just said that shows me that you need to do some more research, my friend. No big deal, but I did do that research. It doesn't. It literally doesn't. It's like, do you think that you think Zeitgeist's depiction of Jesus is legit? That's what I want to know. Answer that question so I can know where you are on the spectrum. And this is all love, bro. Astro-theologically conspicuous way, that's subjective, man. You're just subjectively saying that. Like, because there's a layered truth to all of this, there's layers truth to all of it, and everything that exists is actually trying to show you what's going on with this entire spiritual event, or like the spiritual list of events and timeline, including the very scriptures themselves. I mean, the very sky themselves, the stars themselves are literally about Yeshua. And you can just say that it's the other way around. Well, you can just go down swinging, man. But those who humble themselves will be exalted, and vice versa. They're all copycats, only one original. Yeah. Why do you keep bringing up laughable Zeitgeist? Well, my point is that Zeitgeist is the one that is famous for propagating the nonsense that the story of Jesus just copied from a bunch of different pagan polytheistic cultures from before that. It's very easily disproven that isn't the case. When you actually go and read them, they don't say the same things at all, in any way. So that's why, because when people propagate that nonsense, that's the source of it. Whether that's the source of it for you or not, I don't know. You watched it when you were 12. I bet you've thought this since you were 12, bro. Because you haven't done the research. I did do the research. So you can't just say things. You can't just say that Jesus, which wasn't his name, right? Yeshua is his name. Jesus is a curse on the Messiah. It's a curse. That wasn't his name. But anyway, you can't just say, like, Jesus is just copied from other places when that's patently false. All you have to do is research it. They're not the same at all. I just went and when I went and researched it, I thought the Bible was dumb, bro. I was just honest. I didn't just go watch Zeitgeist and believe it. I went and researched it. It's not a big deal, man. Not a big deal. Oh, how dare the Creator love me and actually leave behind some instructions to not leave me out in the blind, you know? There is clearly astrotheology in the Bible. Yeah, but you have to just make the claim that that it was written fictitiously, right, and imposed onto what we see, as if the Creator couldn't just be real. And of course, what He created ties into what He did. You know, if you try to figure everything out on the spiritual realm with your carnal mind, you will never win. You'll never win. Just a fact. It's the carnal, physical mind. How could it fully comprehend the spiritual realm? You need your spirits, bro. which means it requires humility and just trying to find the truth. If you seek it, you'll find it, bro. Simple stuff. Simple stuff. I mean, I want you to prove the scriptures wrong. That's what I want you to do. All you gotta do is prove them wrong. Just prove something's wrong. Prove something's wrong. They're always right. Why is all the anthropological evidence show they're right? All the historical. Why is it the most attacked thing in the world? They didn't attack any other religions. They didn't attack the Quran. They didn't change the main character's name of the Quran. It's just one religion, bro. And it's not a religion. Yeshua rebuked religion and religious leaders and said it was stupid. You guys have heard what I think about this, huh? Jesus in Spanish is Jesus, just saying that. Yeah, but in Hebrew, with the Talmudic application, it's may his name and remembrance be blotted out. That's what Jesus means. His name was not Jesus. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that like as a salvation issue or, you know, he knows the sincerity, but, you know, there's forgiveness in ignorance. Well, now you know that wasn't his name. And I shouldn't have to convince you to call him his real name, so I'm not going to. Because if I have to convince you to respect him enough to call him his real name, that's a problem. That's the problem itself. I shouldn't have to convince you about it, bro. Like, you should ask yourself, if you're being honest, why did they lie about his name? If it's just a fairy tale they made up to control everyone, why'd they have to change his name and change his birthday and change everything about him and then create all kinds of false doctrines, lying about what the scriptures actually say in Hebrew and then changing them from different English to make everything different? If it was created by them to control you, they would have just let it control you. They wouldn't have had to attack it for hundreds of years with trillions of dollars, right? With thousands and thousands of churches and pastors and all kinds of fairy tales to change it. Why would they change his birthday to December 25th? If it was just a fairy tale they made up, they'd tell you that his birthday was actually closer to September 11th, which is a pretty familiar date, huh? Why start, you know, huge false flag attacks on his birthday? Why make you call the cops on at least close to his birthday? What marked for them to come? Because I know Jack's here. I don't know. We agree on that. I have to finish looking into it. All right, the wind's blowing, the battery's low. So if you got something you guys want me to talk about, hit me up. I'm gonna wrap it up. Might come out here tomorrow with a mic though. We're going to have a meetup, Buffalo City Hall tomorrow. So we'll have a bunch of flat earthers up there. Flat earthers? Wait, you're saying the Earth's not a ball? No, just provably not so. Wait, are you saying that the Earth's not a ball? We have pictures of the Earth from space, though, Austin. Except we literally don't, and NASA admits they're just cartoons. So, you look, people like it. The funny part is people actually have the audacity to laugh at you when you say that the Earth is flat, and they believe in cartoons, bro. They literally think cartoons are real. They don't even know that they're cartoons. They don't know anything. They don't know that NASA admits they're cartoons. Think about that. Just let that soak in for a second. It's like a 5-year-old telling you that Dora the Explorer is real. Like, no, it's not, bro. I'm sorry. Dora's fake. That's a cartoon character. I'm sorry. We actually went and measured the Earth, and that's why government censors flat Earth. The government censors flat Earth. So the Earth has a curve at 8 inches per mile squared. You have to see the curvature of the Earth at 1.225 times the square root of the observer's height in feet, but we don't ever see that. We tested it, bro. We measured it, and that's why the Congress has admitted that they censored it. What's so complicated about that? This waterfall is just the water falling. It's not tilted backward going upside down in the bottom of a ball spinning 1,000 miles per hour going around the sun 66,600 miles per hour in a vacuum. That's dumb, bro. That's not how it's working. That's all I'm saying. This is just water falling. It's very simple. That's why they're called waterfalls. Yeah, it falls, but it's all relative. It's actually going up and down at the same time, and it's tilted backwards, going upside down while it spins around, and it just free falls. Trying to find its level, but that level is actually curved around the ball. It's like insanity. It's actually the dumbest lie ever. When you really look at it, it's one of the dumbest lies ever. That waterfall's obviously spinning. Yeah, obviously this waterfall's spinning 1,000 miles per hour, bro. Chill out, bro. That's because you're not in Australia. Yeah, so in Australia, relative to Australia, this waterfall is falling upside down in a vacuum. That's objectively what the globe Earth claims. So You know, I'm just telling you. This is actually tilted backwards going upside down. Seems legit. You're really lacking on the color changes. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. You're pretty high up. I bet you can see a curvature. No, everything looks flat. Everything looks flat everywhere, bro. I'll let you guys know if I find any curvature. But Florida's flat, Georgia's flat, Tennessee's flat, North Carolina's flat, South Carolina's flat, Philadelphia's flat, all of Pennsylvania's flat, New York is flat, Australia's flat, Japan's flat, China's flat, Russia's flat, California's flat, Kansas is flat. Everywhere is flat, bro. If everywhere is flat, what is the Earth? Take all the time you need. If the surface of the Earth isn't curving anywhere, what is it? No, we know the Earth's a ball, and that's why we have to forcibly censor those of them that actually went out and tried to measure it and see if that was true and debunked it. Duh. It's just the government trying to help you because flat Earth is dangerous misinformation. Because it's so dangerous if the Earth isn't moving in the center of everything and there's a creator that loves you and made you special and you have a spirit. That's very dangerous. So the government has decided you're not allowed to hear the real information and that they forcibly censor it and prop up fake information like Flat Earth Society that has not one real Flat Earther in it. It says nothing but stupid things to make Flat Earth look stupid, even though you claim Flat Earth is stupid. But they don't even show you what Flat Earth really is. They have to lie about it because that seems legit. Because you know the government loves you. That's why they put fluoride in your water to give you clean teeth, and the whole world shut down last year so they can protect you from the air because the government loves you. All right, I'll fit everyone in here. I love you guys. I'm about to wrap this up. Let me look at the donations. You spent $5.StreamYard.com. What a cool story. Maris K, very generous donation for that new mic. Much love, homie. Thank you, bro. I will put that towards the mic since that's what you specified it for, homie. Tracy, for tour. Thank you very much for the generous donation, Tracy. You're the best. Thanks for your material. Awesome live streams. Thank you for the kind words and the support, Christopher. Just a little love, bro. Pay for lunch today. Mad respect. Thank you very much for the kind words and the donations. My boy Frank, who is obviously a legend. Chris, much love. God bless you. Thank you very much for the kind words. God bless you and for the support. I'm going to do something where you guys get to say longer things if you want to. We're going to figure it all out, though. I got to figure out what I'm going to do, like, content-wise. I'm not sure what all read. For being a soldier, Ronnie, thank you very much for the donation. And, yeah, you know, we got to be out here on the front lines for my father. I'm about my father's business. Do you not know I'm about my father's business? All right, I read that one already, actually. All right, love you guys. We're caught up. Yeah, you know, I'll read whatever's between now and the next stream at the end of the stream. So we're going to have the meetup in Buffalo City Hall tomorrow. We're going to pull out the mic. We're going to have a bunch of flat earthers meet up, or at least some. And then we'll flat smack that area, and I'll go live and pull out the microphone. Then I might come back here tomorrow night. We'll try to set up everything. We kind of know the layout and how it'll all work better, so we might be able to work it a little bit better. And it'll be like a activism stream where I have the phone, and I'll pull the mic and the amp out because no one can police it right now. No one's here but people. Like if I had to set this up today, someone probably would have said something. And then Saturday, we're going to try to have a meetup here if anyone's in the area and wants to come here at 12. And then I'll pull the mic out then too because at that point, who cares if they're trying to kick me out? But I'd rather come here at night where I feel like they're obviously not going to and then try it in the day instead of like going day, then going at night because once they kick, you know, anyway, you get it. So that's the plan right now. And then we'll and we're really just gonna start kind of chill on Saturday, you know, because it is a rest day. But we're just gonna be chilling here, like close to nature, like whatever. It's cool. You guys get it. And then we'll wake a few people up. So there you go. There's a plan. Real quick recap. Going to a Flat Earth meetup, Buffalo City Hall tomorrow. We'll do a lot of activism and stream it. Maybe do a night stream tomorrow. I don't know. Depends on how everything goes. Oh yeah, we'll do a night stream. The plan is to do a night stream here, but with the mic, not on the computer, with the amplifier. And then Saturday we'll have a meetup here, and then maybe later in the afternoon, after chilling, we'll pull the amp back out. We'll see how that goes. But we'll definitely get at least one in front of the waterfalls. You know what I'm saying? Let a bunch of people spiral that the Earth's not a magic spinning ball, and this waterfall is not tilted backwards, going upside down, just falling down on a flat Earth, and there's up and there's down, and the Earth doesn't spin, and it's not a big deal. The government lies about everything. It just means you were special, and since the Earth doesn't move, that you're the center of everything. And if the Earth's the center of everything, someone created it, which means there's a creator, and he loves you. But anyway, well, that makes me uncomfortable. How dare you tell me I'm special? The government would never lie. Yeah. And of course, once you see you can't see it, that means that you can trust your senses. So when you don't feel like you're moving, it's because you're not moving. And whenever you see that the horizon's horizontal and flat, it's because it's flat. Whenever you see that the water always finds its level in the oceans, it's because water always finds its level. It's called fluid statics. And well, 70% of the Earth is water, and yeah, it's flat. You know, the reason that you can see mountains from 100 miles away and they rise to your eye level is because it's not going down on the other side of a ball. It's because it's flat. That's what happens on flat surfaces. And when you see the sun and the moon be the same size in the sky, it's because they're the same size. Not because the sun's 400 times bigger than the moon and coincidentally exactly 400 times further away, and they just look like that because of a random chaotic coincidence, you know, with the odds of like 1 in a quadrillion. Whenever, you know, a Mars-sized body hit the Earth and broke it up into little pieces and all this other nonsense. And of course, whenever you see the sun move in the sky and then set, it's because the sun's moving in the sky, getting away from you and then setting. Not because it's actually sitting still, but you're falling backward 1,000 miles per hour and it just looks like that. No, you just watched the sunset because it went away from you. So all that happens is you find out you can trust your senses, and you don't have to turn to authority figures of scientists, which are actually pseudoscientists. They make up theories with no evidence. They don't know what science is. It's all stories made up, right? And then if you find out, that means that all the world governments, the major world governments, are working together to lie. It's not Russia versus China versus America. It's governments versus us, governments versus the people. There's no right or left. There's no black or white. They keep us divided so that they can conquer. It's divide and conquer. And if we came together, we'd be much more powerful. And that means the Earth's not moving, which means it's the center of everything, because every single star resets around Polaris right over the center of the surface of the Earth. And if the Earth is the center of everything, and the stars have reset for all recorded history for thousands of years, that means someone had to put it there if it's the center of everything that exists. So you do with that what you want, of course, I would say. Get right with the Father, which people call God, which is the Babylonian deity, but it's Yahuwah or Yahovah, Yah, Hallelujah, and then the Messiah, Yeshua, not Jesus, but people call him Jesus, but his name is Yeshua. Yeah, I mean, whatever, get right. And read the scriptures, but don't go to church and listen to men make up stories about it on Sun Worship Day, the Sabbath actually Saturday. Just pray, be humble, ask for him to reveal himself to you. You know, it's not going to be easy at first because you're going to be used to a lot of sin that you've been normalized. I went through it. I was like, these are petty things. I don't want to give this up or whatever. But as you start to do it, you find out that it actually helps you. It makes you stronger. It gives you tons of power. It's here to protect you. The Creator loves you. So there you go. There's my wrap up. This guy's so triggered, man. No one cares, man. No one cares. All right, so seek and speak truth unequivocally. The weak find contentment in the consensus of ignorance. So don't worry about what everyone else thinks. If we did that, then back in the day, I guess you would think that slavery was cool. You know, so who cares what everyone else thinks? Just do what's right. Just look at the evidence and make your decision based on evidence and truth and what's right, not based on what everyone else thinks. That's stupid. Yeah, and that's about it. You know, we clearly seem to be in the season of the end. The government's trying to take over, hence them taking over and shutting the world down on the same day all across the world and giving you lockdowns like you have in prisons. Like my homies that are in the pen, they're in the pod, and then they have a curfew, and they go to their cell for lockdown. So that's not a free country term. That's a prison term, right? And so it does appear that we may be on the brink of them trying to roll out this little creepy New World Order that's on the back of your dollar, but it's all good. Get right with the Father. There's nothing to fear. Looking at self-sustainability, because when it all falls down, you will need the Creator, and that's the honest truth. I'll catch up with y'all later. If you want to support the tour, you guys know how to do it. MasqueradeTour.com, $WitsitGetsIt on Cash App, WitsitProtonMail.com on PayPal. Jesus Louise, I feel like an infomercial robot when I do that. So yeah, I love you guys. I'll catch up with you tomorrow. Wait, let me find it. And in a world where no one knows what the world is. Peace out.
Geopolitically, we in a field that's for Israel. Wonder, is it real? Rappers acting steady high, steady sipping pills. Glorify suicide so they get the deals. Big pharma set it up, had to flip the pills. Control the stories disproportionate, the truth distorted quick with a forceful grip. They force a misinfo that we absorbing quick. Took the people's signature to mean extorted it. They forging it if news anchors informant to informing them there's a surplus, but they tell us there are shortages. Credit economy mortgages, dollar that's supported with empty fortresses. But what's important is this: we port and ships important gifts. Of course it is, what extortion is in accordance with an assortment list of foreign tricks we ignoring, which informing this, informant this. It looked like we were snoring tricked. Pedophilia and the government endorsing it. Yeah, eugenics is exactly what abortion is. You just vilify those insubordinate. Way to matrix engineer, that's unfortunate. Geopolitically we in a field that's for Israel. Wonder is it real? Rappers actors say they high, say they sip with pills. Glorify suicide so they get the deals. Big pharma set it up just to flip the pills. Control the music industry until the scripts get filled. Geopolitically, yeah, we in a field that's for Israel. Wonder is it real?